As I told you, students in the next class will discuss the second question, why was Douglas afraid of water? What happened to him as a child? The answer, how will you have to start that? You will have to write Deep Water, written by William O. Douglas. The question was, why was Douglas afraid of water? The answer will be that William O. Douglas, when he was a child, he was taken to the beach by his father. The seashore used to be so strong that he used to be thrown from his father's lap and he was almost buried into water. That fear in his mind, in his heart, remains till his adolescence. His mother used to tell him that, oh my son, please don't go near Yakima River. This river is very treacherous. Yesterday, 4 people died. Day after yesterday, 3 people drowned to death. Don't go to that river. As our elders, our parents always tell us that please don't play with fire and water because these two things may take your lives. Are you agree or not? So the same thing happens with William O. Douglas as well. And what to talk about the incidents when he was 3 or 4 year old, his father used to take him to the sea beach and the seashore, strong seashore, used to throw him out of his father's grip and he is almost buried in water. When he was 10-year-old, you know, he used to go to YMCA swimming pool in order to learn how to swim. He tries to shed the fear of water day by day, day by day, day by day. He used to wear air wings before entering the swimming pool so that he may be saved by those air wings. One day he reaches that YMCA swimming pool earlier. At that point of time, no one was there in YMCA swimming pool. He sat beside and starts waiting for others to come. Though there was life jackets, though there was air wings, but he does not wear those things and he better think to wait for the others to come. He was lacking confidence, he had a fear of water. Suddenly, an 18-year-old strong boy comes there. He picks William O. Douglas and he asks, how skinny, how would you like to be ducked? And he throws him into 9 feet deep YMCA swimming pool. And students, believe me, that if you don't know how to swim, 9 feet water will be equal to 90 feet. And since William O. Douglas has just started learning swimming, he doesn't know how to swim, and at that point of time, he was not wearing his air wings and life jacket. And that 18-year-old boy has done this just for fun, not with the intention to kill William O. Douglas in that YMCA swimming pool. He even does not know whether William O. Douglas knows how to swim or not. So William O. Douglas struggles a lot into the water. The water snatches him downwards and then he comes to the surface. Again he is going to the bottom, again he is coming to the surface, and this process go on for many minutes. While going down in 9 feet deep YMCA swimming pool, he remembered one thing. The Newton's third law of motion, that every action has equal and opposite reaction. He thinks that he will push the bottom of the YMCA swimming pool with all his power, with all his might, and then he will come to the surface, he will hold the rope, and he will be saved. When he was going down and down into that water, he pushes the bottom of that swimming pool with all his power, but he was not able to come to the surface as quick as he expected. Because as you know that underwater, the speed becomes lesser. Because water is denser than air. We can move freely our hands, our legs in air, but since water is denser than the air, it's very difficult for us to move in water freely. So, as per his expectation, he was not able to come with a very fast pace to the surface of that YMCA swimming pool. He tries to hold the rope, but only water comes into his hand. He clutches only water and not the rope. This was the problem. He tries a lot, he struggles a lot, and suddenly he feels relaxed. His limbs, that is his hands and legs, becomes relaxed. He stops struggling in that water. And it was the moment when the curtain of life was about to fall. He was about to die. He has seen death from his own eyes. This was the worst experience in the life of William O. Douglas, which he has penned down in this chapter, that is chapter number 3 of Flamingo, Deep Water. That's why the title is Deep Water. It's relevant, it's apt, it's convincing because the whole chapter is based upon the life experience of William O. Douglas. What he experienced, what he felt, how he behaved, and how he struggled in that YMCA swimming pool. The picture is given by him in his own words. As I have already told you, that this is an autobiographical story. This one is an autobiographical account of William O. Douglas. So this was the childhood fear of William O. Douglas. You will find also in the same chapter that even after that incident of YMCA swimming pool, William O. Douglas does not give up. He does not give up. And after few months, he again hires a trainer who trains him in various ways. The training goes on for 7 months. He teaches him how to put his nose into water and exhale, and how to put out his nose from water and exhale. He teaches him how to use his limbs in water, how to go back, how to go forth. He teaches him using rope and pulley, chain and pulley. And then one day comes when the work of the trainer comes over, and he tells him that now you are ready to swim on your own without any rope, without any pulley. And he tells him that swim to the length of the pool. And William O. Douglas swims back and forth in front of his trainer. Means his training was now over and he has become a swimmer. But there was a question in his mind that does he have really shed off the fear of water? Can he swim alone without any person around? To check this, he goes to the YMCA swimming pool alone the next morning. He dives into it, and when he reaches towards the middle of that YMCA swimming pool, The fear, the old fear, the childhood fear walks into his mind and heart. But he says, "Oh fear, don't try to make me fear. Trying to fearful me. Don't terrify me. Don't make me fearful. Go away." And he dives and he swims again and again, again and again. And to shed off this fear, he again goes to a number of water bodies of America, like Yakima River, like English Channel, other channels, and he swims there alone, without the help of anyone, without the presence of anyone. After this, he was ready to swim. He is ready to take the challenge around the globe, and he can win the medals in swimming. This is an inspirational autobiographical story. We should take the inspiration that we feel non energetic, we feel depressed, we feel non enthusiastic only till the point when we are fearful. Once we shed off our fear, we will win the world. We may rule the world, and we may attain what is unattainable. We may achieve what is very difficult to achieve. So I'm also suggesting you, requesting you, students, to shed your fear and work hard in the right direction. You will be the greatest person in this world. You will achieve all the success in your life, and I wish you all the best in your life. In the next class, I'll discuss the rest of the things. Thank you very much.